This is Unit 4, Assignment 4, 1-point perspective. So in 1-point perspective, the first thing that you're going to start with is your materials. So your materials are...
You'll need a ruler. You'll need the size paper that I'm using is 12 by 18. I have various sizes of drawing pencils. I got a 2B, 4B, 5B, 6B. Also various colored pencils and an eraser.
So for the first step in drawing a 1-point perspective, you're going to draw the horizon line. For the purposes of this project, the horizon line should be sort of in the middle of the page. The horizon line is the point at which the sky meets the earth. So when you go outside and you look at a sunset where the sun sets behind that line on the land, that's the horizon line. So you're going to draw the horizon line, and then again for the purposes of this 1-point perspective, we are going to put the vanishing point toward the center of the page. The vanishing point is the point at which things converge on the horizon line. Okay, the next step is to draw the road.
Okay, to do the road, I'm going to go from vanishing point to the corner of my paper, and then I'll go from the vanishing point to the opposite corner of my paper. And to make the markers in the road, I want to make my road markers appear to get smaller or appear to vanish towards the vanishing point. So I will go long, shorter, shorter, short. Those lines will appear to vanish towards the vanishing point. Next step is I'm going to put in a set of mountains. I want my mountains relatively low to the ground. As I start out, I'm going to touch vanishing point, come up, and end on the other side of the paper. So I'll start here, over, down, towards the vanishing point, up, over, over. There's my mountains.
Now your project is to create a desert scene, which is why the mountains are kind of flat. So you know, we do have Rocky Mountains, but for the purposes of this assignment, you're creating a desert scene.
Okay, so for the desert scene, I'm going to start on my right side of the paper. I'm going to put in a saguaro cactus. I want this one relatively big because this is going to appear to be closer to me. As things appear to vanish or get smaller, the cactuses also will get smaller. So I'll start with cactus number 1. I'll go down, over, up, down, over, down, up, down, and down. Got a little vegetation here. Okay, there's cactus number 1. Of course, I don't want my lines, or I don't want the cactus to be transparent. So now I'll erase those mountain lines, horizon line, and that will place the cactus in front of the background. That'll be the foreground. For my next cactus, I'm going to take a line, a light line, and I'm going to go to the vanishing point. Now, in theory, all of the cactuses, everything in the picture should appear to get smaller towards the vanishing point. So if I put my next cactus in here, I'll go somewhere like this. Of course, I want it in scale, so I'm going to make that cactus thinner, smaller, so that it fits the picture. As I keep going back, those cactuses are going to get smaller, thinner. They're going to, everything appears to vanish. That's why it's called a vanishing point. For the foreground, you want to add other things in desert related. Example, I'll put in a, what do we call this? Yucca? Over here, I'll put in a
Prickly pear.
prickly pear. Couldn't think of it. Prickly pear.
Now remember that when you're drawing these, you have to consider scale. So the things that are closer to you are always going to be larger and have much more detail. As the plants and the vegetation, maybe a barrel cactus, goes toward the vanishing point, it's going to get smaller. You're not going to see as much detail. You're still going to see some detail. As it gets closer and closer to the vanishing point, you're going to see fewer and fewer details. The last step of the project then is, after you get all the vegetation on both sides of the road, you need to add some clouds in the sky. You need to add a little bit of detail on your mountain so that you have more than one row of what looks like mountains. And then you're going to color this. You need to use a pencil and color it.
Okay, as I put the color in, I want the color to be more intense the closer it is to you, and as it appears to vanish or go back, I want those colors to be lighter so that things appear, the color needs to appear to get smaller also. Put my vegetation in here, maybe some rocks. Different types of cactus, and
make sure you add details to the cactus, maybe some cactus flowers. For the road, you want to color the road in like a light gray. You might start out, remember your value scales from Art 1. Maybe start out with a lighter road, and as it gets farther and farther in the distance, it gets darker. Colors also dull as they get in the distance. They kind of get grayer, so you don't want to have the same vivid colors in the background that you do in the foreground. All right, fill up the foreground on both sides of the road with whatever kinds of mountains, rocks, plants, vegetation, cars, people, dogs, whatever you want to in there. Just make sure you're consistent with a desert scene and have some fun with this.